Hi, this is LJ Bothell, and this is a short video for the Microsoft Outlook 2013 class. We're just going to take a quick look at how the Outlook 2013 email portion of the interface works. And we're also going to take a look at how it is affected by the fact that you as students using your go.shoreline.edu accounts, which is the free Gmail-based account through Shoreline Community College, we're going to see how that is affected by having synchronized your Gmail with Microsoft Outlook as our interface. Why did we do this? This is so that you can focus your class time in learning how Microsoft Outlook 2013 works. There will be some things that will be specific to Gmail, and we're not going to worry about any of those because they don't really impact what we're going to be doing in the book. You'll also notice the book won't usually talk about some of these things, so I'm going to share a little bit with you. Right now I have my Microsoft Outlook 2013 open. I have it kind of on a simple view. I'm on my Home tab. You can see the ribbon. Right now I have three areas here. I have a favorites area. I have lbothelgo@gmail.com. This is the email I will be using for demonstrating things for this class in these videos. And the reason I'm using this is because as a faculty member, I do not have a working go.shoreline.edu email that I could synchronize to just like you guys. And then finally we see a data file here. And on an earlier video I showed you what the data file was and how to change the name of it and how to drag it so that it was below your own email address here. So let's take a quick look here at the email pane. Your favorites will be for folders and items that you want to see most consistently. Your email folder here will be about the emails and information that comes in to Microsoft Outlook from your Gmail. And then your data file is something that you will keep collapsed, you will not worry about, and we're not going to be dealing with in this class. It's not important, and it's something that when you're on what is called a Microsoft Outlook Exchange account, you won't usually see the data file set over to the side like this at all. It's usually a hidden process. So what's the difference between an Outlook Exchange account and an Outlook internet-based email account? An Outlook Exchange account basically means that a company that you're working with, whether it's as a staff member at Shoreline Community College, an employee at Boeing, an employee at Adobe or Microsoft, it simply means that their servers are handling all of your email folders, they're storing all of the email activity on their servers, and you are given an identity in there on the company servers. However, we're not able to do this at Shoreline for students, and it is not necessarily for us to do that in order for you to work with Outlook. So for you to have a live account with Outlook, you instead have, hooked up essentially with your Gmail account. And that's what they call an internet-based email, for which we're using Outlook as the user interface in order to access that email. So in my case, it's Gmail. Now what's happening here is this is my inbox from Gmail. If I were actually logged into my Gmail, these messages would appear in my Gmail. The reason this is appearing up here is because I had gone down here and I had right-clicked, and at one point it offered me the option to add it to my favorites, which I did, and now it's up here. In my Gmail main folder here is not only my Gmail inbox, but this shows a variety of folders that are also in my Gmail account, but they are synchronized here so that I can see things. So for instance, I can look at a draft of a message I create in here and I can see it here. If I send a message from this interface, it will basically be sending it from my Gmail, and that will show up here. The trash, anything I delete, will show up here. If I were to go here and I were to delete, let's say delete this message, which I actually want to keep, I'm going to go over here and delete it. Notice it's gone over to trash. I want to keep this, so I'm going to put it back over here into my inbox, and there it is. It's in my inbox. Here, I don't want to look at this anymore, so I'm going to delete it, and it's going to go bye-bye. Let's take a look at trash. Now, if I don't want this to be in trash anymore, I can go ahead and delete it out of trash. If I were to get any spam messages, they will show up here as well. Basically, if I want to look at this message, I have one of two ways I can do this in Outlook. I could double-click the message, and I will get the message here with a built-in message ribbon of different tasks that I can do. Or I can go to my View tab, and I could look over here at the layout reading pane, and I could put the right reading pane on. It's on the right-hand side, and now I can scroll down and read the message. And if I don't want to see this pane anymore, I can go ahead and turn that off. Now, one other folder you may see over here is called a Synchronizing Files folder. And that folder, I've already deleted it out of mine. Basically, it's a behind the scenes of how Outlook works when it is trying to synchronize with your internet email account to see if there's any information that it needs to ping and update for you to read it. You don't need to see that folder over here in your email settings, so I went and deleted it. The next thing I want to do is I want to show you sending a really basic email. You've sent emails from all sorts of programs before, so in Outlook you can come up to your Home tab, you can click New Email, and of course you can send an email to somebody. I'm going to go ahead and send one to me as an instructor, and then I'm going to send a carbon copy to another one of my email addresses. So my instructor email is lbothell@shoreline.edu. I have another one I'm going to send a carbon copy of this to, ljbtrainings@studiobast.com. I could also click this and get a bit more of a interface to go look for other contact names. And if I actually don't have any contact names now because we haven't gone into the contacts lesson here, but if I had another person I wanted to send this email to that I didn't want the original recipient of this email to see the name, such as their supervisor, I could do a blind carbon copy. Then the email would go to this person in here, and this recipient and this recipient would not see the name of this recipient. Anyway, in here, what you want to do is make sure that you always put a very clear subject. So for instance, if you want someone to act upon an email of yours, you want to type something like action needed, please phone me, and hello LJ, I really need a phone call from you. You can use Skype instead. Notice in this email I did a basic greeting. I've done a quick and succinct content of the email, and then I've done a closing thank you. Now you'll notice we have no signatures in this email. That's going to be a separate video, but a signature will allow you to put something in every one of your outgoing emails, such as your name, your email address, your URL, your phone number, the department you're in, that sort of thing. In this outgoing email, this is something I consider to be of very high importance. So you're able to actually tag an email with something. When I note high importance, it doesn't change anything in what I'm seeing. However, the recipient of the email should actually be able to see something in their email that will state this is a high importance. And I want to get a follow-up. I want to get this message flagged when the other person sees it. I can go in here, and in the content I can edit the text to look a certain way. I could italicize this. I might even go ahead and change the text color like this. So you want to keep what you do in your text very, very simple. You can so that it's easy to read and understand. I could add bullets. I could remove bullets. I could decide to change the font. So if I happen to like Arial better, I'll choose the Arial, and I could think the person might want to see it a little bit larger. So I can do these sort of things. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and just send a message. Now let's see what happens. What you briefly saw here, you may have to back this up a bit. You saw outbox, and then you saw a little 1 in parentheses. This outbox simply was expressing that an email was being sent out. But nothing new here. Now what I want to do is go check an email. So I have to look here. It's like sent mail. Was any mail sent? Oh my goodness, yes. It took a little bit of time. It took about 30 seconds because essentially Outlook is synchronizing with Gmail. So it basically had to send the message, and then it had to ping Gmail, which is the server that all of these messages are actually going to be saved on. And then the Gmail server noted that something was sent from the Gmail account, and now in this little Gmail folder that's listed under this account, I now have in the sent mail the outgoing email. Now what if I wanted to go ahead and trash this? It's like, okay, oh wait a minute, no I don't want to, because I get to see this little exclamation point. This is important. Action needed, and there's a flag on it, so I'm going to keep that. But let's take a look up here again. Has anything else happened? No, not yet. That's because no one's received it on the other end. So anyway, that is just a really quick overview about what to expect from the Outlook email interface and sending messages and the expectations for the content of the message. I hope this was helpful to you, so I'm going to sign off now. Thank you very much.